I am back. I decided to come back tonight after all. So I am back. I've been doing a lot, but not enough at the same time. So I decided to come back on. It's Saturday, so I'm always like, one thing about working for yourself and working from home at that is it's very easy to always be doing something, and sometimes you have to just not do anything. So Saturdays and Sundays I give myself a lot more leeway to just kind of be a little scatterbrained and everywhere. But on my to-do list is definitely I have to have a plan of attack and focus for this week. And so I have a lot of new people. I have several, I should say. I have several new people who've started with DBA this past week, and I have more coming. And so one of the things I did for my folks with DBA, welcome, 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 Cookie, welcome, is it Slim? I one of the things I do is I kind of like lay out for them what modules to kind of focus on first, right? Because DBA is very much like undergrad, where you go in and you are undeclared in your major, okay? So you're undeclared in your major, and you're gonna take the fundamentals, you're gonna take the requirements that everyone has to take for graduation, regardless of what they major and minor in. And, we can get into the whole strategy I had of, even those fundamentals, I tried to make sure if they could, I would double them with a major for my, a requirement for my major too, and that's how I got out in 4 years, but that's just me, okay? So DBA is just like that, right? You come in and I tell them, okay, these are the modules you really want to pay attention to and go through first. And of course, that's going to be dependent upon their skill level, their network, and where they are with things, what their schedule is like and everything. So I just kind of outlay, these are the things you definitely want to do first. You want to go through the Start Here module, and you definitely want to get your store set up ASAP, because my motto is get ready, be ready, and stay ready, okay? Get ready, be ready, and stay ready. So the fact that DBA comes with the license to sell, a license to resell. Welcome, Cheryl. Welcome. Is that Jerry? Candy. Welcome, 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 okay? So, it comes with a license to sell. So be in position to sell. You never know when the opportunity is going to come up and present itself for you to be able to sell, okay? Now, a lot of people, not just that I have had the privilege of being able to bring into DBA, but just overall, I'm noticing that there are, many people who this is kind of new to them, and that's okay. So one of the things I talked about when I was live last night is lead poverty, not having enough leads, and how that can kind of be your enemy in the beginning when you are, starting with something like DBA, okay? And so what that means is your warm network, your natural or your organic network, that's your friends, that's your family, that's your parents, your siblings, right? Not just that they're family, but there can be deeper levels of family, right? And so they may not be the ideal candidate. Now, I know there are people who do. They have, their parents have bought DBA. Their parents are on social media and actively, building a following and selling things and that. Not everybody's parents are. Mine are fine and happy on Facebook. They are retired. They are not thinking about selling anything online. However, my dad is interested in turning some of his properties into Airbnb, so that might be something I'll talk to him about. You never know, okay? So with that being said, your goal, like my goal was in 2013 when I ran through my warm and hot market, was how do I get to the people who don't already know me, who don't already like me, who don't already trust me, and how can I build that know, like, and trust factor, okay? And that sent me down this whole digital marketing hole. And yes, I had over 20 years of sales and marketing and leadership experience at the time. Little did I know I was going to become proficient in digital marketing, okay? Little did I know. I mean, I always knew at some point I wouldn't have called it digital marketing, but I knew there was going to be some overlap between education and like Facebook for me. I knew that, right? I could see that, and I had no idea where it would take me to where I am now. And so you need to be able to get to the people who are on social media that you don't already know, okay? But there are so many people on social media. You need to be able to get to your people, to your ideal client, to your avatar. And who are they? They are the people who are a few steps behind you in your journey on online, right? So if you just purchased DBA in the last week or so, it would be someone who has the same similar situation that made you buy DBA, okay? And so you're going to create content for that person. You're going to create content to educate them, to entertain them, to tell them your why, and to share your journey with them. You're going to do that, right? But you have to understand that some people, especially strangers on the internet, are not going to just buy from you right away. And it's not that they're not buying from you because it's you. I know that's floating around out there too. That's not necessarily the case. It just really could boil down to it takes time. You're new to this, okay? So the most important thing for you to do is to keep posting. I would say at minimum 3 to 5 times a day, even upwards of 7 times a day, depending on the platform, right? And so you want to be posting in your stories on Facebook and Instagram, for example. Even on my Facebook timeline, there are times when I post 3, 5, 7 times a day, right? There are definitely times that I can do that. So you want to be creating that content to pull people in, right? You want to be pulling people in. And at the same time, the 48 Laws of Power, right? Written by Robert Greene. 50 Cent has referenced it a lot over the years, and at one point they were trying to say it was toxic on in certain circles, and I was like, say what you want to. That book helped me survive as long as I did in corporate America. That book has helped me in so many different ways. And one of my favorite laws is law number 39. And it can be applied a lot of different ways. And law number 39 is you have to stir up waters in order to catch fish, okay? So you're gonna stir up those waters with your content. Like last night we spoke about making sure that your content is polarizing, right? So you can do a lot of different things to make your content polarizing, from the hook to the call to action to the content itself. And as I shared last night, I use things like spelling errors, punctuation errors, in order to be able to, make it more polarizing, right? Because the whole thing is you want to hit a group of people that are very passionate about something. And there are people who are very passionate about spelling and grammar. They are usually people who are not action takers, other than to be keyword warriors and point out someone else's mistake, right? It's projection, it's insecurity, and that is fine, right? That whole perfectionism, right? Like you can completely deconstruct that, right? Because you practically walk away with a psychology degree when you work in marketing and have studied marketing, just so you know, okay? So that is, one way to stir up waters is with polarizing content. Engaging in conversational content will stir up waters for you. But sometimes that's just not enough. See, a lot of people don't realize that marketing is, for lack of a better word, passive. Sales is active. And it's your business. You get to choose. Nobody is here to tell you what you absolutely have to do. But know this, if you are posting and you just got DBA and you just joined the community and it's been a week, it's been 2 weeks, it's been 3 weeks, you have not gotten your first sale, that is perfectly normal. It doesn't mean you're doing anything wrong. Now, if you want to get sales and you don't want to wait on, as I call it, Santa Claus to bring you a sale by way of your content, you can definitely fix your content. Your content, if you've not been creating content for conversions, that can take some time for you. So in the meantime, what you can do is you can create a campaign for outreach, where you are outreaching with strategy and letting people know that you have something that they may be interested in, okay? and you are going to get more sales that way in the beginning. I am not saying to cold call. I am not saying to just drop your link everywhere. I am not saying to be a Pamela Anderson. I am not saying be grimy, slimy, salesy, any of that. What I am saying is have conversations. Conversation is the new lead. That is going to be the first place you get leads, is from in your messenger. It's my old friend, Dr. Ikena Finch. Welcome, 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 right? So that is going to be your first line of defense with getting leads, is having conversations with people. And sometimes those conversations are just going to be catching up. Like, oh my God, Dr. Ikena Finch, I haven't talked to you in a while. What is new with you? Okay. And then as opportunity arises, you can, just let people know what you're doing and ask for referrals. You can let them know if it's something they might be interested in, to let you know, or if they know someone, to let you know, right? It's not what you do, as my mama used to always remind me, but how you do it, okay? So the first place to end lead poverty is to get within your network. There is an old videogram thing that I created. It's like an infographic, but it's got moving pieces. And it talks about how to never be broke again. And on that piece, I know there's like 5 things. Let me see if I can pull it up. One of them is that you, the first thing is you're going to go to your network. You're going to go to your network and you're going to let them know what you're doing, right? I know you also want to build a portfolio and, some other things, but the first step of it is to go to your network. And that is how the most successful people do it, is they go to their network. And if they don't have it, because we know about like Grant Cardone and his whatever TV show he had did that wasn't actually on TV, it was more like on YouTube, and how he was broke and couldn't tell anybody who he was, but he still created the network. He still moved and worked through other people, right? You do not have to do this 100% through your content and social media. You also do not have to do it 100% through your network. The ideal place is to meet somewhere in the middle. And if you are not getting it from your content and social media in the beginning, then you got to put just as much and maybe even more effort on your network. Because here's what happens. When you begin to work through your network, you are going to have people say yes to you. But the key is you got to get past that 3 people. You got to get past the golden ticket list, right? Everybody has their golden ticket list of 3 to 5 people that they just know should say yes. And when those people don't say yes, they get frustrated, they get defeated, they say it doesn't work, and they walk away with their head between their legs or tail, or however you say it, right? You got to get past that list. You have to make a list, and you have to say 10 to 20 people a day. You want to, thank you, Tina, welcome. You have to talk to 10 to 20 people per day in the beginning, okay? Because here's what's going to happen. You're going to get some that say yes, and now you have social proof. Nobody really cares that the social proof comes from you working your network, or it comes from your content. Nobody really truly cares, okay? Because here's the thing. With DBA, you make 100% of your money back with your first sale. You are operating in the black. You have made it to like the top tiniest portion of businesses by making it in the black with just 1 sale, okay? And so with that being said, you want to get that 1 sale as quickly as possible. So you don't want it to be somebody who's not really interested, who's not going to do it, but you don't know if they really are or not from the internet. So, you get it how you get it, get it how you get it, get it how you get it, right? So, you work your network and you get those first 3, 4, 5 sales. Now you're on the board. Now you've got social proof, and you know what else you've got? You've got confidence. You've got confidence, right? You have people who have said yes to you. When you walk into any restaurant, any local restaurant native to your area, to your geographic area, even when you travel, if you go to a local restaurant, beside their thing from the city saying their occupancy and their licenses, you're going to see a frame with $1, $10, or $20. That is going to be the money from their first sale. That first sale is so important because it gives you proof of concept that you are not crazy. And you will know that if you can make that first 1, 5, 10, 20, 50, 100, whatever is on that wall, that you can do it again. So that is why it is important to get that first sale. And I would say as quickly as possible to everybody move at their own pace. I just tend to be more of a lion or a tiger, and I'm going to get mine because I get hungry, okay? So you want to get that as quickly as possible, and it's going to give you your social proof. Many of the people who have made millions of dollars selling courses, those courses started out exactly like I'm telling you right now. If you really go back, and like if you could go back and you could see some of their sales pages and that from back in the day, that's exactly what happened. But you might have come across them because of an ad and you wound up on a webinar, right? Because they were in the scale up phase. But anybody who knows anything about ads knows that, especially when it comes to Facebook ads, you don't want to waste your money by trying to figure your offer out. You need to have an offer that converts before you begin running ads to it. And if not, then you better have a big budget and you better have a high threshold for paying. Okay? is how it works, right? And so you doing it this way does not mean you are less than. It does not mean that you are doing it wrong, right? Now, you might not want to do that forever because you might hit a point where it becomes more challenging. But and the great thing what social media will do, if you work the plan the way that I'm teaching you, what social media will do is it will continue to get you in front of new people. And from that new people, you will build an audience. You will build a community. And as you keep getting in front of that audience and that community, one of the things you want to do to make sure that you can, first of all, keep getting back in front of those people in your audience and community is collect their email or their SMX, basically their phone number, their iPhone or their Android number, so that you can text them. All right? Because here's the thing. You're trying to make sales with your followers, and like I can tell you the statistics for your website. You have a less than 1% chance that a first-time visitor on your website is going to buy. And that's like if you're a major company with a major budget. So you as little old you, me as little old me, it's even less than that, to be completely honest with you, okay? And so you have to be able to get those people back in front of your content. You have to be able to get back in front of those people because you never know what they are doing. They might come across your content and they're standing in line at McDonald's, or they're at their kids' basketball game, or they're in the middle of laundry, or they're at the school pickup line, and now it's their, they're up next and their kid is hopping in the car. So they may forget about you, so you have to be able to get back in front of them, okay? And that is why getting their email or number to be able to text them is vitally important, because now that is a lead. That is also them saying they want to take the relationship further with you, okay? It's just like if you're at a party, if there's somebody, y'all meet, y'all lock eyes across the room, he might buy you a drink or might bring you a drink, be careful with that. And then, y'all might kind of pull away from everyone else and kind of chit chat and exchange phone numbers. It's the same thing, right? It's the same thing online. You cannot expect someone that you just met to be like, oh, here's my money, here's my money, here's my money, here's my money. That's actually why a lot of us chose DBA, is because it is a lower price point and it is a way to get people into your ecosystem and be able to build, know, like, and trust with you at a higher level, right? People will test you out. They will test you out with smaller amounts before they jump in. Not everybody, right? I've had clients that I had one conversation with and boom, $5,000. I'm not even kidding. Boom, $7,000. Or a contract that's $3,000 a month for 6 months, right? So every client is different. But just know that the chance of somebody meeting you for the first time online and buying is going to be pretty slim. And so the smaller that price can be, the more likely you are going to be able to make that sale, right? Someone is generally not going to check out a piece of content And hey girl, hey, someone's generally not going to check out a piece of content and say, oh yeah, I want to spend $20,000 with her. Not without, in my experience, and thank you for the love, not without getting on the phone and having a conversation with you. And even a Zoom. They just want to make sure. They want to fill you out. They want to make sure that you're not trying to scam them, take their money and run off with it and not deliver what you say. So you want to collect leads. Leads, leads, leads. A lead a day keeps poverty at bay. An email a day keeps poverty at bay, because if you collect the leads, you want to be contacting them, okay? So let's talk about the DBA preview and how to use the DBA preview to get those leads, okay? So the first step, like I said, is identifying who in your network is a good candidate. We talked about this last night. Anyone you know, for me, Facebook is a high converting platform, okay? So I went to those people I knew who had a professional profile, right? Not a regular personal profile, but a professional profile, because I know that people create that with the goal. They switch to that with the goal of monetization. I already know that's a monetization mindset, okay? I also looked at people who I knew for a fact were in the monetization program. People I knew who already had some sort of customer base because they had some sort of business, right? So people who had a group or a community on Facebook, also a very good candidate for DBA, right? Not only to grow their own business, but they also have an audience of likely buyers, okay? An audience of likely buyers. So just look at the logic there. And then for some of them, it was 2 or 3 sentences like, hey, I know you like to make money. I got something I think you might be interested in. Let me know if you'd like more info. And I dropped this in the community on school, right? And I dropped screenshots, like a couple lines, right? And some of them were related to me, so I could be a little less formal in that. And I didn't have to, reestablish a rapport or anything with them. These are people that were more in my inner circle. Some of them, not all of them, right? And if you haven't talked to them in 3 years, 5 years, or 7 years, you might want to get warmed up with them first before pouncing on them, okay? Unless you know that they are definitely like a sharp business mind and they are always looking for opportunities and to make money, then yeah, you can go more direct. But some people you're going to have to go more indirect, and it's just really trial and error, and you figure it out. But you go to those people, you make that list, and I promise you, if you talk to 10 to 20 people a day for a certain period of time, you are going to get your yes, okay? When they say they want more info, you are not going to just give them the info. What you are going to do is you are going to have them sign up for your lead magnet, which is the DBA preview. When they sign up for it, that is how you deliver it to them. Now you have leads. Now you are building your email list. And now again, you have social proof that you can create content about and show that you are learning your digital marketing skill set. You can say, oh my God, I had 4 leads today. Okay? You are working your business, right? You have to start somewhere, okay? And so that is how you begin to build your lead list. Now, at the same time, when it comes to your content, I would suggest that you throw up a call to action on your content. And you can look at my content. You will see it in action. And I do collect leads this way. I would throw up in my content a call to action, okay? I have tested it, and I will tell you that you look at your analytics, right? Hopefully you have enough content. You look at your analytics. What is the average watch time? How long are people watching your videos? You need that call to action up 3 to 5 seconds before the end of that call, that average time. So if the average amount of time someone is watching your video is, say, 7 seconds, that means you want to take that 7 seconds and subtract 3 to 5 seconds. So between the 2 and 4 second mark, you want that call to action on the screen. All right? And that call to action should be, I wouldn't even initially send them to my bio. I would have them drop a word in the comments, and the savvy ones are going to know to go to your bio anyway. But what that does is that's going to help you with your engagement. That's going to help get your content out there in front of more people. And then you can message them and you can comment, hey, you might have to check your message requests, and because it'll let you message people 3 times, right? So you let them know that they need to check their message requests and to reply back under the comments that they checked it and they got it, right? And then you can start the conversation with them. So now you have 2 ways to follow up with them. You have Messenger, or the messages on TikTok, and you also have email, right? You also have email, so you can be hitting people multiple ways, okay? And then you keep creating your content. If on a given day you are posting 3 times, one call to action needs to be to follow you. Another call to action needs to be for your lead magnet, and then another call to action needs to be to just join you. Okay? You can do all 3 in a day, right? You can do all 3 in a day. Now, the only real hardcore call to action is the one where you're saying to actually join the community for as low as $27 a day. The other 2 are softer call to actions, and they're building the relationship, they're nurturing. That way you're hitting all the people, right? Because there are going to be people who are impulsive and they just want to go and they want to buy. But it's going to be a very slim few. But if you're doing it right and people are coming back to your content, then those people who are now ready will be reminded to go back to your profile and go to the link in your bio, okay? But you need to have that call to action. You need to be creating multiple pieces of content. You need to create content that is going to bring new followers in, so that's more using the trending sounds and your CapCut templates. That's going to bring more people in, and that's where you can have, like I said, the CTAB, something that is going to either get your content in front of more people or to follow you, right? So it could be a save, for example. You're definitely going to want to save this, is a great call to action. And eventually at some point you'll get skilled enough to have multiple call to actions, but you can do that, right? And then the one to join your lead list is now you're taking somebody from a casual follower or even a stranger to saying, hey, I really like you, let's exchange numbers. That's what you're doing, okay? And then the third one is not so much for the brand new person to you, it's for people who have been watching you and have been sitting on the fence for a while to finally take the leap and join you, okay? And honestly, most of them are probably going to do it while you're live, or they're going to do it from reading your emails. But you want to get leads. You want to leverage that DBA preview to build your community. Otherwise, it just feels very challenging online to be constantly getting in front of new people, and you're wondering why you're not making sales. You have to make content to appeal to multiple people. So you want to hit those 3 buckets in a day. You want to do something, a more viral trend or sound to pull more people in, and then you want to do something where you're sharing your opinion, something polarizing. And right now, in case you didn't know it, DBA is polarizing, baby, because DBA is that girl. DBA, they out here sweating in their boots about DBA, right? They a little concerned, as they should be, because DBA is that girl, all right? And then you want to do a piece of content that is very solution focused and helps people make a buying decision, okay? Because that's what we do. We help people make buying decisions, and then you have the call to action to join in that one. So what questions do you have? What questions do you have about DBA? You can click up here and check it out. You can hit that preview button, and then you will become one of my leads. Or you can just join now. You can join now for $27 down with Klarna, right? It's $111. You get volumes 1 and volume 2. You get both volume 1 and volume 2 for only $111. That will become $333 on July 1st at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You do not want to wait until then. DBA has gone completely viral. There are people having $3,000 days, $1,000 days, even $333 days, okay? So DBA is that girl. DBA is the community to join for the support. You get the done for you products that are in there. You get the support. You get the encouragement, the inspiration, and you're not in business by yourself. You're in business for yourself. There is a big difference there. So let me know what questions you have. I do not have to be on here long. I don't like having these bright lights on at night because I do like to keep my windows open as much as I can, even though it's raining, so they're closed up more. Okay, my hand is itching, so that means somebody about to join. Somebody was actually supposed to join earlier, so I'm gonna have to check back in with them. Okay, so let me know what questions you have. DBA, where's my iPad? I lose stuff right in front of myself all the time. Let's look at some of these share the wins because they were so juicy earlier. I am addicted to these share the wins. Okay, made my first DBA sale 10 minutes after I joined. It says I'm super chuffed. I don't know what chuffed is because I have had all the big MRR courses for months and never made a sale. Thank you, DBA. We can all win. So this is someone who has bought similar but different programs and did not make a single sale after investing hundreds, if not thousands of dollars. And with this little $111 DBA, which has another 25 modules coming, they were able to make their first sale and very quickly. A win is a win. A win is a win. A win is a win, okay? Wins. I made my first sale today after 2 of signing up. Again, I think that means they signed up 2 days ago and they made their first sale today, okay? So there is diets. Okay, so let me tell you too, okay? So earlier today, DBA hit 5,000 members, and in less than 60 days, I'm gonna get back to those share the wins, but this is a win for the entire community, okay? This is a win for the entire community. So I did a post on Facebook. I created a post on Facebook, and it's one of those with the text background, okay? It says, whoa, the community has grown from 0 to 5,000 and generated 555,000 in revenue in less than 60 days. Let's go, okay? And I've got people wanting more info. So you see how I create leads? You need to use your content to make people come to you. And when Mohammed won't come to the mountain, you need to take the mountain to Mohammed, and that means you are going and outreaching to people. Another way, aside from identifying those people that I told you about before, is when you do a post like this, anyone who has engaged in it, you go to their social media profile, you engage, and you end up in the inbox and start a conversation. Y'all always leave off, but I promise you, this stuff works. You can sit and you can wait for your content to get good enough for you to convert, or you can start doing this and then your content will naturally get better because you will have social proof that will make people want to listen to you. You will have the proof that will make people want to listen to you. Because it is great. Share the wins is great. It closes deals for me. But when people can see and know that you yourself are winning and it's not just everyone else, then they will really pay attention. So you want to create that social proof, okay? So here is one here. I need to respond to her. Tell me more about it. So I am going to reply and say, I will inbox you. And then I am going to go over to her profile right now and say, hey lady, you wanted to know more info on the community. Hey lady, I saw your comment. You mentioned wanting to know more about the community that collectively generated 550K in less than 60 days. Is that true? let me know, and I will send you info. Okay? So it's as easy as that. It's as easy as that, right? You got, listen, there is active and there is passive, okay? Social media and content can be passive. You can make it more active by the content itself along with good hooks and call to actions. But sometimes in the beginning, it's still going to take you a while. So while that is cooking, you want to be in the kitchen making something else, making something happen for yourself, right? Now, if you just got all the time in the world and you can wait, you want to wait on it, that's your prerogative. That is absolutely your prerogative, right? But you can't run around complaining and saying that it doesn't work. Okay? You can't do that. Don't do that. Okay? So, DBA, you can join in for $111. And you will get both volumes 1 and volume 2, but you need to join now. You want to hit that link in my bio, okay? So she made her first sale. Okay, let's get back to these share the wins. 2 sign-ups within a few hours of joining. Within 30 minutes of joining, I had my first sign-up. Then I had someone from my Digital Launch Blueprint Bootcamp, which I teach monthly, sign up, right? So you can see, there are some of us who've sold other courses, have coaching clients, have a network of people who could also benefit from this. So think about that. Why would you only wait for people who don't know you to buy from you? Why would you do that when there are people in your network? I know there are going to be haters. I know there are going to be people who look at you like no. But what some of them are going to need is they're going to need the social proof. And what most of them are going to need is the one-on-one conversation, right? They need to hear the conviction from you. They need to hear the passion from you. They need to hear your why, right? And if your entire network says no, then you need a new network. Unfriend them all. Mama, daddy, everybody. Unfriend all of them. All of them got to go, right? Because somebody, if you got 200 friends on Facebook, and most of you have well over 200 friends, then you need to create a new Facebook, and don't friend any of those people who would not support you. I'm just keep it real. I'm gonna keep it absolutely 100% real, because if your network equals your net worth, and if your network is not networking, is not fruitful, either you have been a shitty person, or something ain't right. Either they're all or you are, and you gotta figure it out. And that is why I love that one of the first modules in this program is the millionaire mindset. You know, that personal development is key. I don't care what nobody says. Personal development is your #1 income producing skill set. It does not mean that you are in personal development all day, every day, and not doing anything else. But it is your #1 income producing skill set, because why am I trying to blank? Jim Rohn said, income seldom will exceed personal development. Think about it. As you're going out and acquiring new skills and mastering them, you are upping the value, because you're paid in proportion to the value that you bring to the marketplace, right? And so as you improve your skill set and you bring more value, you are improving your income earning potential. So your personal development is your #1 income producing skill. It's your #1 income producing activity. 30 minutes in the morning. We went through this last night. Affirmations, gratitude, reading for 10 minutes a day, right? Watching a training video. You need to be in personal development every day, first thing in the morning, okay? Especially if you are not getting the support from your friends and family and your network. You need to be building mental fortitude. And the way you do that is through personal development. But it does not mean arrested development where you don't do anything else. Your personal development is meant to support you as you go throughout the day, to help you bulletproof yourself and help keep you, even help keep your nervous system regulated. That should all go back to your personal development. Personal development and self-care go hand in hand. They go hand in hand. Okay, now I'm not talking about being a professional student. I have a friend, I love her to death, but at one point it's like, girl, you just a professional student, right? And I mean like a professional trainee, like going from training to training to training. That's not making you no money. It's not making you no money until you apply what you are learning. Information plus application equals transformation, right? Some of you, your content, if you don't know what to post, I want you to think about all them conferences, all them seminars, all them webinars that you've been to, and your notes. Those notes are your accounts receivable. Invest, learn, teach. Invest, learn, teach. And you have notes on top of notes on top of notes. I always have notes. When I'm in those meetings that could be emails, I'm not daydreaming. I'm writing out things that I need. I ain't listening to that stupid stuff. I am writing out email sequences. I'm writing out, buyer journeys. I'm writing out campaign strategies. And if it's a good training, that's like not a meeting that should have been an email, but an actual, because some people, they like to have meetings as a power play. They make you go to a meeting because it makes them feel like they're a business person. It's like, oh, okay, look at you, ain't you important, right? But aside from that, like if I go to a conference, right, if I sign up for a summit, I'm taking notes during those, and you can take those and turn those into content. I did a whole training on that. It was a paid training many years ago, about 2015, 2016, how to capitalize on the events that you attend and turn it into money. And then I sold a course. It worked like magic. Okay, so you have to turn those notes. Those are your accounts receivable. You have to turn those receipts into cash, right? Turn it into content. And that content will turn into cash, like I just said to you. So DBA, you can get volume 1 and volume 2 for only $111. It goes up to $333 at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on July 1st. I don't know why when I get under this light at night, everything starts to itch. I don't know if the trees have more pollen at this time of day or what, but I get more itchy. And not only more itchy, I just get itchy. I don't like it. So yeah, DBA is that girl. Like these hitting 5,000 members is closer to like 5,100 now, right? It's closer to 5,100 now. I can tell you the exact number. 5,055. So only 45 away from 5,100. Like it's just growing by leaps and bounds. And as more people, it's like a snowball going downhill. As more people join, the number's going to get bigger and faster and faster and faster and faster. DBA totally has the ability to turn into one of those communities of hundreds of thousands of people. And by the end of the year, it totally has that capability to do so, right? Because I will tell you, one thing they tell you is about having like your chicken list. I've actually been talking to my chicken list about this because I'm like, it just makes sense. And with everything that's going on in the world and in the economy, everyone needs to be a part of this community. Like seriously. And if you don't, that's your loss. But you can never look at me like I was crazy because I didn't tell you about it, right? If you have something that is great and can possibly change people's lives, why wouldn't you talk to them about it, right? It's one thing to create the content. And even in talking to people about it, you can just send them content, right? And when I say conversation is the new lead, what I mean is just in having conversation with people that you haven't talked to in a while and catching up is where you can insert DBA. You can say, hey, I started this program. I am absolutely in love with it and I'm excited about it. Don't even act like you're presenting it to them and wait for them to ask you about it. Make them curious, seduce them with it, make them want to ask you about it and learn more about it. Some will take the bait and some won't, and that is okay. But others, if they don't take the bait, I promise you, they're going to give you a reason to follow up with them in 24 to 48 hours, even if you forget to bring it up during that conversation. It's going to sound like the cat got sick and had to go to the vet and it was $2,000. Or the dog got sick and it was $7,000 to go to the vet last night, or even $700, right? The car broke down. Everybody's having car trouble. Dentists, people are having dentist emergencies because nobody went to the dentist in 2020, going into 2021, right? It sounds like, I just got prescribed this really expensive medicine. They are going to present a reason for you to bring up an income earning opportunity to them. And I am, again, not telling you to be spammy, spammy Tammy, Spamela Anderson. I'm not telling you to do that. I'm telling you to just have normal conversation with people and just casually drop it, and either they pick it up or they don't. You can even if you forget, you can circle back in 24 to 48 hours with, hey, when you mentioned this, it made me think of something that you may or may not be interested in, and give them a little snippet, and either they're going to or they're not. What you have to do is be detached from their response. Some will, some won't. It's okay. Next. Some will, some won't. It's okay. Next. And then send them the link so that they can opt in themselves to your preview. And now you have their email and you are building your list. The money is in the list, and the greatest money is in the follow-up with the list. Okay? So DBA, Volume 1, Volume 2, $111. $111. Okay? I almost said something naughty from a song. Okay? So what I've been doing, if you join while I'm live, which I'm not going to be live for much longer, I will actually give you a 15-minute strategy call. And we can go through and, help you with your scripting, with your campaign, whatever it is you want to do in that 15 minutes. We can do a 15-minute strategy call, but you have to join while I am live. I will stay on until 10:45, and then I gotta go. Okay? Because I wasn't even coming back on tonight, but I was watching other people go live, and it made me excited. And like I said, I am just here to help, right? I am just here to help. You do not have to contact a single person outreach directly if you don't want to. There are people who can and will make the sales from their content, right? Just know that they typically have more experience, more network, more audience than you do. If you are lacking on those, like for example, for me, I know where the conversions are for me. They're on Facebook. I've gotten conversions from TikTok, but they're not predictable enough for me yet. So I gotta lean more on some Facebook and keep the content and keep improving the content over on TikTok. But I ain't gonna just sit over there and wait for that. I can go to Pinterest. I need to hit Pinterest with this next. But and Instagram. Instagram just gives me lately. Like Instagram is just so uninspiring to me. Like I'm just kind of over it. So that's a me problem that I gotta work on. But I know. And so how I get it done on Facebook, I showed you those texts, those with background texts. That's how I sold Pen Profits Mastery, $555 a wop. Those let me get back over here. Those posts with the background text, right? Whoa, the community has grown from 0 to 5K and $555,000 in revenue generated in less than 60 days. I didn't even put a call to action on there. But they raised their hands. Someone from another country. Where's his message? He said, "Hi, I don't know what time it is over there, so good day. Don't know if you can throw more light on the monetization revenue you spoke of on your post. I would be grateful," with the praying hands emoji. If the content isn't contenting yet, that is okay. That's okay. because you can go to another platform. Facebook is for me and for a lot of people, it's more of a conversion platform. That and email. If I can get them from other platforms to Facebook, where I have communities with thousands of people in them, where I have, 7,000 followers or 8,000 followers or something like that, and that's just on my professional profile. I've got business pages that have close to 30,000 between all of them. One alone has 25,000. I can run ads when I want to. I just haven't been wanting to. But even without ads, I can get it. I had someone in my inbox last night. And let me tell you, they come in all sizes, shapes, colors, ethnicities, backgrounds, political affiliations. They all want Tamira. They all want Tamira. Why? Because of the value that I present. Like what's making you here watch right now. Because of the value that I bring. Where to go? So you are amazing with online sales and AI. Is how he opens. So what are your goals and how can I figure out how to set up to market, I don't know what ND grass beef. Oh, I think grass-fed beef. Okay. My background in corporate is sales, marketing, leadership, financial services, consumer goods, banking, all of that, right? I don't know nothing about no grass-fed beef other than it tastes good. And the farm-to-table stuff tastes a lot better than the processed stuff from the grocery store, right? I started online with beauty products and skincare and makeup. But clearly, he's been watching me for some time and he knows I know my stuff. And if I could do it in those industries, I could possibly help him. So he's in my inbox asking, okay? And of course, my first line is, I'm gonna go with DBA, okay? Complimenting me, you're smart, haven't found anyone I consider smarter than me. So next step is scary for me. My questions are, and they go into they got trust issues and blah, blah, blah. But I got a lead and I can follow up with them. He gonna convert. Mm-hmm. He'll convert. He will convert. Okay. So that's what it is. You have to, and what is to keep you, in fact, that's going to be my next post on TikTok. It's not going to look like this. Is going to be more TikTok appropriate, but I'm going to take this post and now I'm going to TikTokify it and turn it into a video over on TikTok. And then I'm going to get it on Shorts. And then I'm going to get it on Pinterest, right? So it's just, you gotta take your time. You can't expect too much too soon. And if you get a lot soon, be grateful to attract more of it. And gratitude is also a huge part of it. Are you grateful for the engagement that you are getting? Are you grateful, because I will tell you, these posts with 200 views have collected a lot of leads, grown my following because they were targeted and they got in front of the right people. And the other thing, and I know I've said this multiple times, when it comes to SEO is a long game. It's a long game. So that video that only has 200 views right now might end up one day just rolling, and next thing you know, it's at 100 and some thousand views because of SEO and seasonality and different things like that, right? My posts about like getting rid of gnats, those started to pick up, but I don't know that I haven't seen many of them this year. So maybe the cicadas ate them all. So maybe the cicadas ate them all. I don't know, but as those become a menace, people are going to search for that, right? Around Thanksgiving, some of my cooking videos are going to take off because of seasonality, right? People aren't cooking at home and in the kitchen as much. They're doing more outdoor grilling, and I haven't really done a lot of that content. So you have to think of these things and what are you doing? How are you serving your ideal client? How are you solving their problems? How are you taking them from point A to point B? Okay, so it is 10:38. We got 7 more minutes to go ahead and join DBA at $111. Get volume 1 and volume 2 and get in this circulation. Get in this circulation of the currency. Get in the flow. Get in the flow. And by the way, you can get started with $27.75, I believe, with ForPay through Klarna. You can get started for as low as that, and you get full access to everything. You are TTG. You do have to send in your receipt, and then they let you in, and that sometimes can take up to 24 hours. But you get in, and then I will contact you with your learning path on where to start, where to go. Okay, where to go. It's like an undergraduate degree. The first couple years, first year or two, you're taking all your requirements and you don't declare your major, right? I knew what mine was going to be, even though you can't declare it, right? And so you're taking all your requirements, and then because I knew my major, I could double up and I would take some of them up that were for my major and my requirements, right? And everybody's path is going to be different based on their level of experience with this type of model. It's going to be different based on their individual interests and tastes. It's going to be different based on their audience and their community, what their goals and their objectives are. But it's a great way to get in and explore. There's a module on credit. There's a module on business formation. There's a module on getting funding for your business. There's a module on Canva. There's a module on CapCut. There's a module on TikTok. There's a module on IG, right? So there's a lot that's in there. You don't have to go through all of it. And the great thing is just because you might be more interested in a particular platform over the other, it doesn't preclude you from being able to help someone who's interested in something that you weren't, because it's all in there. And I think that's what's so unique about it and what really makes it powerful, right? Because I've talked about this before. In times of expansion, then you want to go opposite of the market. When things are expanding and everybody's getting high off the hog, that's when you kind of niche down, because you kind of have to in order to be seen and heard. But when things are contracting, that's when you want to widen up and you want to open the door to more different types of people, sometimes as a matter of survival, you know what I'm saying? But it that diversification during those time periods can make a huge difference for you, okay? So DBA is a community where you can have access to done for you products and services to be able to sell and get 100% of the commission. You also you also can learn while you are earning, so it doubles, right? You get, the community is done for you and you can sell that done for you community, but you also can be learning at the same time. So 4 more minutes to join while I am live. Get volume 1 and volume 2 for only $111, which saves you $222. And then you will also get a free consult from me for 15 minutes. We'll hop on a Zoom for 15 minutes, okay? Oh, look at that, just got a sale. Just got a sale, just woohoo, welcome and congrats. Boom, shakalaka. There it is, I see my money. I'm gonna pay it out. I always pay my money out. I do not leave my money sitting anywhere. I send it to my bank. I don't want them holding on to my money. Okay, let me mark that person as paid, and then the automations will go out. Then the automation goes out. Mark them at take off DBA preview and switch it to DBA paid, and then the automation will go out. So now I'm going to go back and let him know I am so excited for you. You will receive an email from me shortly that will tell you the next steps, including where to send your receipt, so that giving you, which will let you into the community. Let me know once you are in the community, and I will give you a suggested learning plan. There we go, there we go. Hey! I love it, I love it, I love it. Welcome to Mario. Welcome and congratulations. They always say congratulations. Work so hard on engagement. One more minute. Who is next? Who is next? Oh, I'm really turning red. That is hilarious. They always say congratulations. All right, so one more minute. You can join for 111. You get volumes 1 and volume 2. You can join for as low as $27.75 with Klarna for pay. I always, right, then want to have that Freudian slip. Okay, and it is awesome stuff. Awesome, awesome, awesome. So less than 1 minute, and then your girl gotta go because your girl is getting tired. I get so excited. It's so hard for me to really separate and slow down on what I do because I love it so much. Okay, but it is now. The time is now 10:45. So I will check back in with y'all tomorrow. If there's ever anything you want me to share and help you with live, my inbox is always open. Just DM me and I will do my best to do what I can to help you. And I'm always open to doing audits while I'm live and answering questions. That is so much fun. I love doing that stuff. So I want to get those lights turned off, and then I'm gonna do some Netflix and then chilling, and I like to hydrate before I go to bed and do some journaling and gratitude, and I will see y'all tomorrow. Bye.